Now it's time to talk about a game from Annapurna Interactive AI, the publishers of indie favorites What Remains of Edith Finch and Gorgoa. Their new game, Ashen, is developed by Aurora 44. And joining us today to give us a first-hand demo is the creative director of Aurora 44 himself, Derek Bradley. Derek,
hi.
Great to have you with us again.
Thank you very much.
We're going to talk Ashen one more time. So this is a game that we've heard about for a few years, but you guys are back here at E3. Tell us, first of all, what's the state of the game? What new stuff do you have for us at E3?
Sure, yeah, like this year at E3, we've essentially got a demo that takes the players, like, you just jump in and you can do whatever you want. Like, the whole game is available.
Yeah.
The only thing holding people back would be, like, the amount of time you have, really. Yeah.
Now, this game obviously has a very sort of non-linear sort of sense of progression as you go through it. So every play through is going to be different. So what are we going to get? Tell us this year at E3, what are we playing? How is it going to, where are we starting at least?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, so what you see here is actually the starting point where, you get a little bit of the story. You get to uncover, like, what the actual world of Ashen is and what it means to be, like, this dark world that suddenly had this eruption of light, and you kind of move through it.
Yeah.
And so players will really get to see that this E3 for sure. Founding your town is a really huge moment, I would say, for players too.
Okay.
So you get to kind of get your home base and kind of get a bit of a foothold in the land and start to explore this big open world with the stamina-based combat and passive multiplayer. So people start running past you and you start meeting new players and stuff like that. Yeah.
Now, in the look of this game, it's always been one of those games that has this really beautiful visual look to it. Minimalist but incredibly detailed. And a lot of depth to the gameplay. And as you said, tell us a bit more about passive co-op. So there will be other people sort of passing through you in the environment for Dark Souls-like? Yeah. Yeah,
absolutely. So, like, essentially what happens is you just run around the world and people will just run past you. And if you choose to stick together, you can just play with them for as long as you like. If you run away, it'll kind of eventually disconnect you and match you up with somebody else who will just kind of naturally run past you. Wow. There are options too, though, that you could make sure it's your friends that are joining you. If you do want to play with someone and kind of like be on mic with them or whatever, you can do that sort of stuff too.
Wow. Well, you said there's lots of opportunities and ways to play it. Tell us about the combat. There's a lot of depth, obviously, to that. You mentioned stamina-based combat. How does the system work?
Sure. So it's essentially animation-driven. Like, once you click a button, your character is going to do that move, and it's going to take a bit of your stamina, and you have to manage that, and it's sort of like a resource. A lot of the things you can do, though, to mitigate the danger of the game is you can use shields, you can dodge, you can do stuff like that, which is sort of a way players can get out of danger. Yeah.
All right. Well, lots of combat, lots of action. Where are you guys at in development right now in the game?
We're very close to the finish line at the moment. So
congratulations, that's good news.
Absolutely, it'll be coming out this year. We haven't got a release date just yet, but we're getting there.
You're calling 2018 for Ashen. Well, and here we go. So we're getting into some gameplay here, I guess, as we sort of explore the world. And again, like the animation and the art and the detail on the characters, it's such a beautiful art style, which is amazing. How big is the team?
We're at about 40 developers at the moment.
40, okay, I didn't know you guys did that. All right, so you got a lot of people there building it, which is amazing with the look and feel of this as we go through the action and combat. So we got a couple sequences here, and again, look at the painterly quality. What do you call that art style?
Not sure. We haven't coined
the
a
Ashen
term.
style?
Yeah, like we could coin a term right now.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it is sort of, I describe it as painterly, but is that?
Sure.
I mean, it's just a beauty to it, which is subtle, but incredibly detailed, and again, like, it's just a world you want to explore and be a part of with tons of combat. So it looks amazing. Well, Ashen coming later this year. Aurora 44. There we go. Let's get into some of the combat and action.
Sure.
Looks amazing. All right. Well, thanks very much, Derek. Great to see you. Look forward to seeing more of the game later this year. Coming out later this year. That's Ashen from Aurora 44 and Annapurna Interactive.